Good morning. Yes, I'm simply, or 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 simply. David. Yes, David, not David Lynch. It's January 15, so really the alpha is January 2025, and it's Wednesday. Here in Naples, today middle clear, but also some cloudy, there's a sky atmosphere in general. It also seems it's not at the moment, it's early afternoon practically. Noon and yes, and 45, 44. It's really 15 Fahrenheit, 10 Celsius. And it means it's really colder, like this is really respect cold. It's kasi kaže se usually so the winter period. It's a so the reports verso as rap some no remember piccolo body which no io se suppose need I'm sure. To avere si remember le sincrosi ma tra stesso sit to se metams my purpose perché people showing to watch it's better no perhaps is a paradox for you but not for me and they didn't do an integral also for the spring and the autumn also for the summer for the spring and the autumn so si aggettivo soffre vuole for the summer gli aggettivi 8 sono sui notas sono di cases a classic aggettivi and as regard the case trust for me was something to say in field with absolutely I can complain but obviously it's cool because we enter in the winter weeks ago but in general it's cool in particular is last days really cold as you can notice on the case at thanks to me from another late thanks to a method I follow but 2 points is in my method I follow since years is a Wim Hof method is a natural trade however thanks to these 2 points I follow since years and these 2 points are cool showers if not fit and whereas late closing of a question thanks to these 2 points I always try to fight a cool since years and for this I feel interest in other people but for this aspect of course from this other aspect and this other aspect is in fact that from a general point of view considering the case in general because in fact apart from last year Inter remember notice a winter is part of winter like this so considering both the aspects that I try to fight all through these 2 points and the case in general for me the temperature is good however in general I think the situation the conditions in general is good I don't know if also for the people feel the same sensations judgment also for me about this from a late sorry I think of not for example I think of a cold shower it's possible generally people do hot showers I don't know this depends on them it's still about here today I don't know if I can say the same thing just for this it's good but it's not completely in fact can be free there's my feelings on this Nigeria afternoon, I think at temperature 20 repeated this just before 50 Fahrenheit 10 Celsius at the important thing was atmosphere it's anticipated just before the visa yes there is the curtain in general it's repeat some repeating it's not one there is a curtain in general usually is almost perfect at rest suppose in fact as you notice and repeat this middle sky clear but also some clouds considering the trend of these last days apart from yesterday we had the beautiful sky compensation where I think it will became more cloudy perhaps more dark cloudy I don't know or in general more cloudy and also التر كلنا من يفتح سماوات تيجي تروي ولا حتى سويت النوم بجوان أنت ونجي أنت ويتر سويت فوسي يعني فتح لي تسرك مسكين well bad or verde contrary bad well at the guess so is metti col window new growth so quanto se tu rai can smart 2 years infatti for this si wrote right in fact for this there is in the new or the new in quote because we have them since we have it since 1 and 2 years and also this beautiful penetration that was near behind me but for me were better visible in sentinel shot at Simon's mio gen shot and as regarding the shoot was bene curtine sono attivismo insomma giornalismo non sono significato better visible in sentinel shot at Simon's mio gen shot En finally, from medical care, AJX 640, PG 635. وصلت زي كيس نسميه جنة شاطر. Stimola vivo, genere, forse è sleghi di cadere, solo un problema si sta. Usum myself, Russum skis, and finally I hope you'll get breakfast. Today it's late, time for me I think slightly late. Potrebbe late uniformers, but the all important is that si fare from the record. I actually not seen my net to 63, to the start in fact in breakfast at Fientan and Seven Blade. I started late at Fientan in part of my 52 years, streaming things you could go. Mi passa da un'ora università in City, perché sembra nato 63. So I think that record is sembra nato 63. It's so sarà ciò. About to repeat, no, close, yes, close as regard the record, slightly late, as regard my verse, repeat, they're just rolling quota, just rolling at noon and 44. At important thing to show remember that in me also today, fortunately it is a meal. And as we always say, sono most things left over. Absolutely. And since few days, the Southern New Medical Shot, Southern New Medical Biscuits, practically this is the palm breakfast. With the palm series, I truly recommend, but not only because through this new shot in the milk, you can see not only the coffee, obviously, but also the Nesquik chocolate, as you can notice. In fact, over I repeat, the Nicolas breakfast was a bomb, but this in particular is a mega bomb. And I repeat, I recommend, truly recommend the palm series because they are superb. As you tomorrow, I suppose, if I don't die, in fact, I not till tomorrow, told the lab and the man time, we'll see.